Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of a Liverpool story. As usual, this episode will be on YouTube podcasts, as well as the video that you are now watching, basically. So it will be my YouTube channel, so Geek Boy Meta, and it will be under the section of Geek Boy A Liverpool Story, if you want to check it out, basically, which you obviously are doing because you're watching me now anyway. So first things first, as I record this, it's been a couple of days since we lost the great man. I've actually got his little Lego that my son created for me. You can have a look at that. He actually gave me a big hug and said, "Here you go, Daddy. I've made Diogo for you, so that basically you'll never forget him." Yeah, Niagara Falls, Frankie Angels. That was from Scrooge, by the way, for any young people who don't get the reference. Look, obviously it's been... So, at the time of recording now, I'm better than I was the other day. But like most of you, I'm just going to say this raw and as real as it gets. I was devastated, and still am very, very upset by Diogo's passing again. Obviously, it's been said a million times, but I just want to emphasise love, strength, and prayers to his wife, his parents, his three beautiful children, the rest of his family, his friends, Liverpool fans, Portugal fans, whoever you are that was privileged to know Diogo in real life, even if you only spent a few minutes in his company. We're all here for you, basically. This is kind of going to go all over the place, but on that subject, I had the privilege of being in the same stadium as Diogo Jota once, maybe twice. I went to see Liverpool Southampton a couple of days after we'd won the League Cup, when Van Dijk scored the header. I don't honestly know, because I know Diogo was injured at the time. It was when we had that raft of injuries, so I don't honestly know if he was there. If someone can confirm, that'd be great. But I do know he was definitely there a year later when me and my brother went to see Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur in the League Cup semi-final. And I might be wrong about this, but he definitely came on for Darwin Núñez, and I want to say it was about 65, 70 minutes. We might have been 3-0 up or 4-0 up. I forget basically. But yeah, even if it was only for 20 minutes, and a lot less than a lot more of you who will have season tickets or been to more matches than myself, I'm just grateful now that I had the privilege of seeing Diogo Jota play football. I've just put out a short. There'll be a short on my channel, so this will run after the short that's got on. But by some coincidence, I was going through my phone after Diogo had died, and his brother Andre, and I managed to come across a passage of play where Diogo Jota actually does like this amazing ball. I'm really hoping it was Jota because it was quite a way away from the pitch. It looks very much like him, and this ball that he sprays to Mo Salah was... I honestly couldn't remember it at the time because we were 3 or 4-0 up and celebrating going to Wembley and giving it the big one to the Tottenham fans. But yeah, this ball that he sprayed was just superb, and yeah, like I said, it's very, very special to me now because whatever happens, I got to see Diogo Jota play football, even if it was only 25, 30 minutes. I feel blessed for having done so, basically. Yeah, so I did my tribute the other day, which is on my channel if you want to see it, and basically I had Diogo Jota night. I was supposed to do it's like my 3-year anniversary of being Geek Boy Meta. My name is Leon, by the way. those of you who've known me for a while will know what my name is, but yeah, Geek Boy Mets, whatever you want to call me. So I'd actually done a 3 year anniversary, like a show type of thing, which should have come out by now actually, because it's 3 years since we started doing this. So I had it all planned. I was gonna do this thing where I chose like a top 5 of different things that I've done so far. So I had a couple of Liverpool things in. I had Jaden Dan's score his first goal. I had Virgil van Dijk's header. Wrestling wise, I had seen Will Ospreay, Cody Rhodes, and also I think number one, I put spending time with my son because he helps me with a lot of this. And then yeah, obviously I heard the news and I thought, well, can't possibly be doing that. I mean, obviously I've kind of got back to normal now, but I can't have that the day after. So basically I turned it into a Jota tribute night. So yeah, like I said, if you want to check it out, there's the Diogo Jota song, which was at the parade. There was Diogo's pass to Mo. I did a funny story about the time Diogo Jota's brilliant song got me in trouble with my missus for waking up half of the street. She's another matter entirely. Sorry, love, if you listen. And also, obviously, I did my tribute to Diogo as well. So I'm I'm never going to forget the man, and this is going to take me a long time to process this. But I kind of want to move not past Diogo because, like I said, this season is all about him now, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure I'll change like the rest of you when we're deep into December, January, fighting for whatever we're going to fight for. At the moment, I've got to be honest, I couldn't give a toss about winning the Premier League, the European Cup, League Cup or FA Cup. I couldn't care less. This season for me is purely about Diogo Jota now. My main thing is for his songs to be sung for 3 or 4 minutes every single game until the end of the season, and then whatever happens at the end of the season, we all come back to Anfield, Brentford, the last game, which will be good because Kelleher will be there as well, fingers crossed, and Seb, actually, funnily enough. And that we all just get out a big. I mean, I don't know what will happen. I mean, I'm actually hoping that at some point we'll get a statue. Maybe it's a bit early for that. I don't know. Look, I mean, obviously they're on about retiring the number 20, so I don't know what's going to happen in terms of tributes. I think long term, I would personally like to see a statue because, like I said, none of us have ever been through anything like this before. I mean, I've been watching Liverpool 35 years, and obviously we have known Liverpool players who have died, but they've been older players, and fortunately I haven't had that many of them. But they've been mostly before my time, really. So, but yeah, this is the first player who is in the prime, was maybe yet to hit his prime, who we've lost. And like I said, Diogo was one of my favourite players, so I am absolutely heartbroken about it. I've loved the guy since he came in from Wolves. I've said all this before, so yeah, like I said, sorry if this is coming across as rambling. I'm still at a point at the moment when I was recording this, I'm just trying to process everything. I suppose the main thing that I wanted to talk about after Diogo was the impact on the players and the rest of the football club. I know no one wants to discuss the football at the minute. I mean, as I record this, we're due to play Preston this time next week, and the players are due back on Monday. And I don't even know if that match is going to go ahead. I mean, I think probably the most sensitive thing would be to ask the players who wants to play. Do any of you want to play? Does any of the squad want to play? And then, look, if we don't end up doing it, then we would just literally, because I'd feel sorry for Preston to an extent, but we would just have to compensate Preston and just say, look, I know this is not good for you, but like, that's really stupid, but here's like 10 million quid just to cover it. And we also promised that we'll do a I don't know, a random mid-season match or something, like an exhibition match. I don't know, or next season or whatever, or you can come to Anfield and we'll do a pre-season friendly next year. I don't know. But yeah, for me, the issue is now you need to consult the players and see whose heads are ready, because, I mean, if you put yourselves in their position, if you've got a tight-knit group at work, or you were in a, I don't know, in a band or something like that after work, and you're doing this, that, and the other, or whatever it is you're doing, if you lose someone close to you, and then it's like, oh, well, you need to go into work in 3 days. I mean, how on earth are you meant to do that? I mean, I know a lot of us obviously have to do that in our own lives with our own families, but obviously that's a different thing. This is like a friend who you work with day in and day out for 10 months a year. So, for all that rambling, I've kind of titled the video like this. I'm going to put something on lines of the players need us more than ever. I guess my main message is, guys, look, Liverpool fans, Liverpool supporters the world over, Diogo and his family are what's most important here, and they take priority. In saying that, the players have still got to carry on with their lives, and they still have to perform and try and win games for Liverpool Football Club. Now, at the minute, as I'm saying this, I mean, like I said, I couldn't give a toss if we were bottom at Christmas, quite honestly. Again, I'm sure my attitude to that will change as the season gets closer. And when we're in the season, I don't know. But main message is, guys, we need to get behind these. And I don't mean just supporting them during games. We need to get behind these lads, because this is going to be difficult. I mean, they're obviously never going to forget Diogo, but I mean, I can't imagine how hard the first few months are going to be carrying on. Going to away grounds, going to Europe, even playing at Anfield. I mean, that first night against Bournemouth, I mean, look, I'm sure the crowd will be absolutely fantastic, and I'd love to be there, but I can't even imagine how difficult that's going to be. I mean, the pre-season games are bad enough, but the media glare's not going to be as on you. I mean, obviously, we are the first game opening up the Premier League. I mean, I cannot fathom how difficult that's going to be with the players, and look, I'm sure they will do their very, very best, but I guess what I'm saying is just cut them some slack. We had a hard enough start to this season already as it is. I mean, the first 6, I might have this wrong, but I mean, I think we've got Bournemouth, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home. I know we've got Chelsea quite early on. Merseyside derbies in the first 6 or 7, I know that, and I think we've got Tottenham away. Look, it's not a great start by any stretch of the imagination, but we are the champions, and we're going to have to face that sort of thing now, because everyone's going to have a go at us. But I guess what I'm saying is, if Liverpool are not top of the league and they've not scored 15 goals in 4 matches, we need to cut them some slack. This is going to be very, very difficult. We were already having to add 3 new players as it stands now, and 3 players have already left. I mean, there might be more business done. It's going to be difficult to integrate people as it is. I mean, these new lads coming in as well. I mean, I don't feel sorry for Wirtz, Kirkes and Frimpong. Like, I feel sorry for them, but I mean, I have a tiny bit of sympathy, because coming into the club, I mean, on Monday, theoretically, if this goes ahead, that's their first day at work. With all these players who have played with Diogo for 4 or 5, maybe 6 years, and it's like, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, to be quite honest. I really don't. I mean, look, that is like bottom of the list priorities. Look, I'm sure they will be respectful, and they will be guided by the current players. And Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, Andy Robertson, Alisson are basically going to have to be the leaders, and I'm sure there will be, but we're going to need leadership through this. Arne Slot, I'm sure, will be fantastic. I'm sure Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, all the senior people at the football club, I'm sure they will be magnificent, but they all need our support too. And it's not me being woke or overly sensitive and all that, excuse my language, bullshit. They're human beings. I mean, Arne Slot has worked with Diogo Jota himself for what, just under a year, and like he doesn't get to coach him anymore. I mean, I can imagine the impact on Slot's going to be horrendous as well, to be honest. But yeah, overall message: if it's not going well for us as a team, we need to cut the boys some slack for at least the first 2 or 3 months. And look, if Liverpool don't win anything this season, look, it's not important. By that I mean, obviously, I do want Liverpool to win. At the moment, for this season, as far as I'm concerned, it isn't remotely important in comparison to Diogo Jota and the health and safety of his family and his brother Andre. Our job as fans is to celebrate Diogo Jota's life this season, as far as I'm concerned. And if we can do something, great. If we can't, then we can't. It's as simple as that. Now, look, but obviously, you can't keep that going forever. I mean, I don't think anyone in the right minds would blame Liverpool for not winning anything this season. I suppose if you went the season after and it wasn't going too well towards the end of that season, then obviously people can start asking questions. But at the minute, it's just totally inappropriate to expect Liverpool to win anything under these circumstances. And if the lads are really struggling mental health-wise, if they finish 7th or 8th, then so be it. As long as they try and give the best, that's all any of us can ask for. So just be considerate of them, basically, I guess, is my message. And just try and get behind them. If they make a mistake, don't go mental with them. And again, it's not being woke, it's just common decency, just being human. Just get behind the lads and just give them all the love and support that they need. And I guess that's the main thing I want people to take out of this podcast, I suppose. If you can't do that, then don't support the football club, because that's not Liverpool fans. That's not who we are. Please, if you are a PlayStation trophy collector, go and support someone else, because you aren't welcome if you're going to insult the players after something like this, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I guess that's the main thing that I wanted to say. And yeah, again, Diogo, forever 20. We'll never forget your body, and we'll try our best to help the players to win something on your behalf. And if it's not this season, hopefully we'll do it next season. But the main thing is, we'll never forget you, and we're going to sing your songs every single week. I'm going to drive my missus and my son crazy by singing that song 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day. And I'll never forget you, mate. Absolutely never forget you. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap up, folks. So thank you for listening to the podcast. I appreciate it. Sorry, it's a bit of a somber one, but obviously I didn't really feel it was appropriate to be doing. All the Liverpool players are back now, and we're playing Preston. I wonder what formation we're going to play in. It's just, it wouldn't have been appropriate. So, in saying that, going forward, obviously things are going to be a bit different now after what's happened with Diogo, but I will try and refocus a bit on what it is we're actually going to be doing. So I will, next week there will be, I'll probably do like a review of the Preston match if it goes ahead, and what the result was, etc, etc. Obviously, if there's any transfers, I mean, that's another thing as well. What are we doing about transfers? I mean, I know this is going to sound really, really stupid, and this was meant to be my outro, but it's just popped into my head. Do we even want transfers now? and I'm aware of what I'm saying is completely and utterly stupid, because obviously we probably do need to move some people out. Obviously, I would imagine by the time this goes out, Mark Gay may be a Liverpool player, but I mean, surely they're going to have to put some of these things on hold, at least for as a mark of respect. But I mean, obviously, from the point of view of other clubs, and obviously I don't blame them, it's like, well, obviously we respect you, but we need to carry on with our own club business. So it's kind of a difficult one. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know what sort of pressure it would put on. If you're Mark Gay, you can get away with it because, like, you're a centre back, and we do need a centre back. And if the deal was done already, then it's just a case of, yeah, we already knew we were doing that. In terms of if it was an attacking player coming in now, I mean, obviously, I'm sure we wouldn't all say, "Oh, you'll know Diogo, Jota, go away," and this, that, and the other. But I mean, it might not even be a replacement for him, but just the fact that you would have an attacking player who essentially would take, I don't even want to say it, the place in the squad. I mean, the pressure it would put that individual under, let alone the feelings that we would have as fans, is unthinkable, to be quite honest. So I don't really know what they're going to do about that, to be honest. I mean, would it be really stupid to keep the whole squad together now and go again? I mean, from a footballing sense, obviously it wouldn't, because obviously we probably were going to lose Nunes and Chiesa, and maybe Ben Doak, maybe Jadon Danvers going to go on loan, I don't know, but maybe the best thing all round is just to keep the squad together. I mean, I don't know. I mean, whatever you guys think, just let me know in the comments, but that, I honestly do not know. I don't know what the best thing is to suggest. I mean, just thinking about from a personal point of view, if Liverpool came out and said, right, this is the squad for the year, no one's going anywhere, I would just say fine. I mean, the last thing I'm thinking about at the moment is transfers to and from Liverpool. I guess they will still have to go ahead, and this isn't blame on Edwards or Hughes or FSG or anything like that, but yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. So anyway, back to the outro. So obviously there may or may not be news about transfers, which I'll try and cover, and then I guess maybe start looking ahead to the Far East tour. Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, Diogo wouldn't want us to be wallowing forever, but I am going to wallow for a number of months. But yeah, obviously, life does have to go on. So, and my podcast will also go on, and if there is any news on Liverpool, I will cover it next week. So yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I know the last few videos I've done about Liverpool have been a bit of a hard watch, but like I said, if anyone needs anything and wants to reach out, if you still feel upset, this channel is always open. I'm at Geekboy Meta on Threads, Instagram, X, and Blue Sky. That's the one. So yeah, if you ever want to reach out, just give us a shout, or if you want to post something on my posts, then please feel free to do so. Going forward for the non-Liverpool fans, I'm just trying to think. The end of this week, I'll be watching. Oh, I'm off to see Superman. I've got a bit of a Superman theme night coming with a load of shorts and stuff, and also at the end of next week I'll be doing quite a bit with wrestling, so I'll be watching AEW All In, and the next night I'll be watching WWE Evolution, I think, roughly, what's give or take, and a week after that I'll be at Lead Pride, so I'm going to do probably a live stream of that as well. And a couple of days after that, I'll be doing some stuff in and around San Diego Comic Con. But yeah, like I said, this is about one guy and one guy only, Diogo Jota. So as we play out, Diogo. Love you, mate. Never forget you. And I'll catch you down the road. Thanks everyone for watching. See you all soon. Bye-bye.